and this is what part of the temporal bone is that. Outside we have the mastoid process, the styloid process, the squamous fossa, right? But this one here is Petrus. Thou art Peter, and upon this rock I'm going to build my church, right? If you're a Christian, you've heard that part. But anyway, this is the hardest bone in the body, and that is the Petrus portion of the temporal bone, which houses the
internal.
Actually, it's a dermal bone that comes from your skin. And if you read Gray's Anatomy tonight before you go to bed, you can read about that. Okay, so let me go back to the temporal now. Temporal bone is the squamous portion, right? The zygomatic process, true, on the outside. And then the mastoid process, the styloid process, correct? And then on the inside, what's the big one, is the Petrus portion of the temporal. Okay? So that pretty much takes care of all that. Then let's just go back and review the skull. I'm a little bit more worried about than the rest of the bones. The other ones we can do quickly. How many fontanelles do you have? Anterior and
posterior,
anterolateral and?
lateral.
If you have an anterolateral, you've got to have a posterolateral. So this is the, looking at this one here, we've got them all on here. So this one here is the anterior and the posterior, true? And then on the sides, this is the anterior lateral, and this is the posterior lateral. Now the other names are sphenoidal and mastoidal fontanelle. If you want to use those, that's fine. But anterior fontanelle makes more sense to me, and posterior fontanelle. But mastoid also describes where it is, posterior and sphenoid. So either one is correct. Okay, and then sutures. Okay, now these are in the planes, right? Okay, that's the frontal plane. So I have a frontal suture, I have a sagittal suture, and then the one that resembles the letter lambda, lambdoidal. Okay, that's the hard one. Okay, and then if you look at the right here, see where the temporal's fitting on to the parietal, that's squamosal. It's just this bone laying on top of a very weak joint. Getting hit on the side of the head is very dangerous because that joint is not it's not interdigitated like this. It's sort of laying on top of one another. So the squamosal is weak.
I have a question. On the frontal bone, when you're first born, you have that.
Yeah.
Separated.
That's
Why is it not a suture there?
Why isn't there?
Why is it there?
Oh, because you do, in the original baby, you will have on the original baby, on the baby, see right here,
Yeah.
it is cracked, but you have to fuse it because you get hit in the front here, and so you gotta make this rigid so that you get rid of that sagittal suture coming down. And then the other one is so you can come through the birth canal, right? Why do you have fontanelles? So you can come through the birth canal and you can squish your head around. Yeah. So what's happening when the baby's born? The woman's going to get relaxin, right? And that's going to make the pelvis, that pubic symphysis, relax, so the pelvis is shifty, and then the baby's going to come down through there, and then that head can be moved around and squishy. So we have a lot of trouble with like dairy cattle and beef cattle. We go on a farm call trying to deliver babies, and you have to go in with a knife and cut the babies out inside and stuff because you have too big of bowls.
All right, so that row on the very top, it starts with the man and it ends with the part of the skull. That second to the last picture on the very top row, to your right. So if you keep going, that one right there, there's a groove on top of the temporal, and it's between the temporal and the parietal. There's a groove there. I can't remember the name of that
Right
groove. Up a little bit higher.
The lines,
Yeah.
the superior temporal line, the middle temporal line,
And then there's something.
but they're not parietal.
It's superior and inferior temporal line, and then there's something else that goes right in that center. I think it's in the.
Might be a soft
Because it took me so difficult for me to find it on Google, and there was a black and white picture
I
that
can
said
promise
superior,
you
inferior,
it
and
will
then
not
it
be
said.
on your exam.
Okay, good, because it says crest. I think it's a crest, some kind
I
of
don't
crest
know
or
that.
something. Okay, good. All right, I won't worry about it.
Yeah. There's a lot I don't remember, so, or that I never learned in the first place. Okay, now the interesting thing is when you study human anatomy, it was easy for me compared to veterinary anatomy, because veterinary anatomy you had to do dog, cat, horse, cow,